Welcome back, adventurers, to some more Lord of the Rings Online. In the last episode, I defeated some mean, nasty trolls that were imprisoning a poor, helpless victim in this cage. And now it's time for me to head out of here, continue doing some quests in the Swamp of Malenhad, and then go turn in a bunch of quests that I just completed. So let me actually take these off the tracker and put these on so that I know what to do. Need to make my way out of this troll cave. Doing pretty well so far. Soloing through the group content in Angmar, but obviously I'm over leveled, so that always helps out. Although I will say, soloing the 6-man quest is still pretty impressive, I would say. I'd be doing a better job if I were running a blue line warden, but I prefer the red one for now. Alright, so still need to collect water. I need to find a hunter. I need to look for a commander. So still a lot of work to do. Let me actually get on my horse. Move a little bit quicker. Got some goblin presence here as well. Alright, one more banner. I like these little makeshift huts that the goblins kind of erected here. Or at least I'm assuming it's them. It looks familiar to goblin architecture, I would say. Okay, so I got all that. Okay, now let me look for this guy and confront the leader at Baal Rova. Looks like it's gonna be this fortress up here. So I'm just gonna march in through the front gate. I don't even care. Looks pretty deserted for the most part. There are some Angmarim here, some Iron Crown bowmen. And looks like there is a fellow adventurer here. But let me speak with the commander. What? Moinri? You ask for? Huh. You'll not find her here, Southron. She moved on long ago. Seek you the Silk Lady if you would know more. But I think the Silk Lady will not be troubled with your presence. Outlander, not if I kill you here and now and redeem the incompetence of my men. Now we kill you, Southron. To me, warriors. So it looks like the dude right behind me is kind of taking care of some of his help that he tried to enlist, which is alright by me. Alright, and he is dead. So let me see if I can set my tracker to this one before I head back to the main camp and turn in all these quests. Let me see how far it is, though. It's not that bad. It's all the way there at the bottom. It's actually pretty close to the main camp here, where all the quests are. Look how steep that cliff is, too. So pretty soon I should be able to move on to this camp. And actually, it looks like this one is actually going to be this quest ring right here. So let me go. Not too far, though. Let me take a look to see how I'm doing on my page collection. I need one more page for the Bull Roarer. I need 2 more for Chieftains of the Dunedain, and 1 more for the Watch Against the Knights. So pretty close there. So this may be a decent area to do the Worm Slayer deed when I get around to it. And here is Makan.
Come hither, Sauron. I would speak with you.
Curse my foolish pride. I should have never ventured into this worm lair on my own. There are just too many of them, and now I have found this safe place. I do not dare to try to sneak away on my own. Could you help me to escape? I would ask that you not tell the other hunters, for I would be ridiculed for the rest of my life. Let us be gone from this hellish place. So it's an escort quest, just gotta make sure he safely makes it to the exits. At least he's going around the periphery and avoiding the worms. That's good. See, he's kind of tries to clear the enemies. A moment to rest, please. I'm so sorry to trouble you like this. Come on, man. Let's get a move on. There we go. Curse these wounds. These beasts can smell blood and come for me. Alright. Let's quickly kill this worm. Might just go ahead and kill some of these preemptively. He's got a tiny little dagger to protect himself with. Can he outrun this one? No. Yes. He avoided it. Good job. So proud of this guy. We've been lucky thus far, but I think I hear more up ahead. Be on your guard. And he cleared that one as well, man. He's doing well. Let me kill both of these guys quickly here. Alright, let's go. I feel like we're almost out. Maybe one more worm up ahead. My thanks to you. I should be safe now. Please let me return to the camp on my own. I don't want the others to know that I needed your help. Alright, so I'm also going to return to the camp. Got a ton of quests to turn in. Look at that. Actually, there's one more. But this one is actually gonna finish up right here. So that's why it's off my tracker for now. So let's start turning all this in.
You are a stranger to these lands.
What? You have slain the ancient Iron Scale? I am astonished. I admit that I had not expected you to even make the attempt, not after telling you of its terrible menace. I must be honest with you, Sauron. This was not quite the legendary foe I made it out to be. In fact, we hunters seek out the beast whenever we come of age in an ancient ritual amongst our people. Of course, not all of the youths return from this hunt, but still, it is a great accomplishment for one not born to the harsh blasted hills and fetid bogs of the north. I must praise you for your worthy deed. You are a true hunter of Angmar.
Greetings, Sauron.
Good, good. In Malahad, we must make use of any beast we find. Macon is safe then? Good. He is an impulsive and proud man, and I had feared that he might have gotten in over his own head. Not that such thing could ever happen, nor would his pride permit him to be rescued if it did. I suspect that I, and Macon, owe you greater thanks than your tale suggests, and so I do thank you most sincerely.
You are a stranger to these
Well
lands.
done. I trust you remember which skin came from which spring. Very good, Kippen. So, pretty decent pocket item here, but I like mine better still. And then let me see if I can turn in a few tasks. Doesn't look like I have stockpiled a significant amount of many items except for maybe some great scales, which isn't even an option here, so not gonna turn anything in right now. I'll leave that for later.
Will you be sojourning here?
So Bethod was captured by the Gorthrog captain. His lack of caution is far from commendable, But it is good to know that he is safe now. My thanks to you, foreigner. Right, this lady here.
You do not truly know the difficulties we face.
So, she was not there after all my patience wasted, but I should offer my thanks. I might have waited here much longer and still learned nothing. The Silk Lady, that is the name I have heard. That is a name I have heard, though. Recently, it has become a name of dread in these hills. Whispered tales speak of a cruel and vicious woman of Angmar who commands deadly spiders. It is said that she is dangerous to her fellow Angmarim, as she is to the enemies of the Iron Crown.
We will not bow down to the Iron Crown.
The Silk Lady, I wish I knew more about her. I have heard only dark rumors of her presence in Baal Boklok, but none among the hillmen here have seen her, or done so, and lived to tell the tale at any rate. If you are willing to continue to aid me, I would ask you to gather your allies and scout within the fortress of Baal Boklok, to the north and across the swamps, and see what clues you might find as to the whereabouts of the Silk Lady, if indeed she may hold my sister captive. And then finally this guy here.
Will you be sojourning?
This is good. We will both profit. Here are your coins. Alright, so I have one quest active here. And that is to search for this Silk Lady. Let me actually put these back on my tracker. But for now, I'm going to head north in search of the so-called Silk Lady. Should be almost done in that quest hub area and ready to move on a little bit further east. Now, I know it's still pretty early on here in Angmar, but I want to get you guys excited about the next season, Evendom. That's going to be a really good one. I'm mainly excited about it because, if you remember, I have a ton of quests from earlier seasons that I can only finish in Evendom. Like this one, this one, this one. I have a ton of just random quests that I've never been able to finish because I haven't been able to go to Evendom. But I'm excited to finally be able to finish them soon, hopefully. So I'm actually going to have to go north around, it looks like, through that passage here. Let me see how we're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh my god, what is that thing? So that's one of the roving threat enemies, it looks like. Let me take a good look at this guy. He looks like a badass. I really want to get to max level so that I can do these roving threats. It's something that I actually never did on any of my characters, but I look forward to doing it for this playthrough in the future. Look at that badass. Pretty sweet. Hopefully soon I'll be able to start taking on some of those. I say that very optimistically though, because it's not going to be soon. I have a lot of work to do before I can start doing roving threats. That's the cool thing, man. I've enjoyed so much of this game. I've recorded over 100 episodes, almost 200 now, I think. And I'm only scratching the surface. There is so much content left to do. This game is just so epic. And they're continuing to release content. I mean, we got the Mordor expansion coming up pretty soon. And with Standing Stone Games kind of branching off from Turbine, they've shown no signs of wanting to stop anytime soon. In fact, I think they're going to pick up the pace on development. So let me see if I can find a clue to the Silk Lady's presence. So nothing so far. Maybe if I kill some of these dudes, they might drop something of interest. And I think that's what I want to do because I don't really see anything. Let me grab a couple of these and maybe a goblin as well. There we go. I found a token of the Silk Lady. Oh, I need to get 4 of them, so I still need to kill a few more of them. And I think it was the Angmarim that actually dropped them. Let me wait for them to bunch up and then drop the AoE. Still need one more. Let me see if this guy will give it to me. Okay, got everything I need. So let me ride all the way back, and I think I'll fast forward this. Alright.
You come at a perilous time.
These tokens you have found certainly suggest that the Silk Lady does reside in Baal Buklok, as we suspected. But what is this? On the back of these tokens is an inscription of the High Tower of Baal Buklok. It must be there that an evil woman resides. My sister must be held within.
The trade do or dine have gone too far.
So it seems the Silk Lady holds the key to my sister's fate, and that she is conveniently at hand in a nearby outpost. I must tell you though, that the outpost is heavily guarded, and what I have heard of the Silk Lady, I fear that you would not be able to fight your way to find her on your own. If you would undertake to learn of my sister's fate, you should bring allies with you. If you do choose to confront her, take these tokens and approach her tower. Having slain several of her favored minions, she should not refuse such a challenge from you. Alright, so it is time to go slay this lady. Again, another fellowship quest, and I keep reiterating this, but you can see that Angmar is very densely packed with fellowship quests, and that is again why there's a lot of complaints about this region from a lot of players. It used to be that obviously when the game first came out, it would be pretty easy to get groups going, but nowadays, doing some of this older content, definitely difficult to get people to help you out. Most people are busy in much further areas of the game doing their own thing. You can actually see how many people are around. If you open up the fellowing area, you can see that I'm here in Western Mainland. There's also a minstrel that's pretty low level still. So I'm curious about the Silk Lady, if this is going to be a pretty easy fight. I still have some food that I can use. Got some potions. I think I should be good to go. Lots of running back and forth though, unfortunately. There's that badass again. Can I climb up here or is it too steep? Maybe up here. This looks pretty smooth. There we go, that works. And she may be up there, it looks like. So let me actually climb up through here. I just love the design of this map. Everywhere there's cool little towns like this. Obviously abandoned and overrun by evil now. This really cool bridge here. Alright, so let us see where this Silk Lady is. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Ah, so you're the ones that have been seeking Myrne and slaughtering my fellows as you go. Well, your search is over. I am Myrne. My soft-hearted fool of a sister never understood my desires and has led you on a fool's errand. One that has led you only to your death. Interesting. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but I've been just saying Myrne. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and kill her. I should have eaten some food before starting this. That's alright. We will go ahead and kill her nonetheless. Doing okay on the health so far. Try to kill this spider. Actually a pretty easy boss so far. Not too bad. Do a little bit of healing, because why not? Oh, come on. Dang it. I had just used my gambit builder to do a gambit, which was the one I needed to in order to do the boot. So I wasn't able to get it right in time to interrupt her induction. That's alright. It's inconsequential at this point. And let me see if I can quickly finish her off here. And there we go. She is dead. So let me return to the camp, and I think this time I'll actually edit myself over there so you don't see me running back and forth like I have been. Alright, let's give this lady the bad news that her sister is a terrible witch and I just killed her.
The Iron Crown seeks to enslave us.
What have you learned? What? No, it is impossible. No, but I must accept the truth of what you tell me. Morna was never a willful child, spoiled selfish, but still, to become a spider keeper of the Iron Crown. I have wasted a year of my life weeping for the fate of a monster. Alas, this is a bitter draught to down, but dark though these tidings be, you have done what I asked, Southron. You have my thanks. I am too deeply in your debt, but I will try to pay you what I can. Alright, so we're done with that. It is time to actually move off a bit further east into the next camp here in the swamp. So making some very good progress here in Angmar. Moving pretty fast. So I gotta find the secret dwarf holding, which is, I believe, where Guladir's band is as well. All over here. Pretty far away, unfortunately. 1,200 meters. And I don't really know what to talk about all the way down there. So maybe we'll just enjoy a little bit of silence and the scenery. So I will point out that as you can see here, all these statues here, they will kill you instantly if you have not done Chapter 6 of Book 6. Remember when I died in one of the earlier episodes of this season by approaching one of these? Yeah, that's what happens here. So this is basically an impassable line unless you have completed Book 6, Chapter 6. Just so you know. Is that a corpse? Yes, it is. Looks like a white, almost. Yeah, it looks like a white. Oh, look at this. And these enemies are high enough level to where now I can draw aggro if I'm not careful. So the content is catching up a little bit with my level. As you can see, I've done a ton of quests and barely gotten any experience, which is good. Gives the game a way to catch up with me. And you can see the landscape changes further east, past the swamp. So now I may actually slow down a little bit because it used to be that I could just run through everything, but now I'm going to be drawing aggro. And I'm going to have to take my time a little bit more. Be a little bit more careful, fight my way through more things. But that's part of the fun, I think. And I really like this camp here because look how well hidden it is. It's kind of carved into the mountain and goes into it. It's really kind of fun. And I am not going to try to pronounce that. Not at all. What? You have come from the west to aid us? Speak to Eivor immediately. What? You have come from the west to aid us? Speak to Eivor immediately. Alright, so they're probably all going to say the same thing. Let me unlock the location here.
What do you need?
And let's start talking to some dwarves. You can see there's a ton of quest rings here in this dwarf encampment.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
You came here alone from the west? I suppose there is more to you than one would guess at a glance. Here you can indeed be of some help to us. I am charged with the protection of Gable Shathor, and this has become quite a challenge since an orc scout discovered our outpost a few days back. Now we are constantly harassed by orcs, and I am not sure how much longer we can hold out. If you can slay some of the orcs though, we might get a bit of breathing space. I am not picky slaying any Blogmaul or Krajarn orcs, and if you encounter any of those in Eastern Malahad, it may be enough. Although to be most helpful, you should slay some of the warriors and skirmishers. Oh, and some of the defilers as well. Alright, let me keep making my way up here and speak to some more of the dwarves. No, not the dwarf miner. I want to speak with this guy.
What do you need?
You have come at the behest of the men to the west, have you? Good, good. Someone who is not our foe, but a friend, or so I hope. I suppose it is foolish for we dwarves to come here years ago, but we were chafing under the rule of the Dour Hands and left Ortharkar in hopes of finding gems and ores. At that time, Angmar's evil was dormant, and later we paid too little heed to its growing power. Once its orc armies marched forth from Karn Doom, we were cut off. Now we are hard-pressed from all sides and could use your help, if we are to survive in these blighted lands. We cannot give you much in return, but if we survive, perhaps one day we can lend our strength in throwing down Angmar.
Come and stay a moment.
Alright, not gonna pick up a quest yet. Let me speak with this guy.
It's a sorry day.
Who are you? If you are not a servant of the Shadow of Angmar, how then did you pass through the Ramas Deluan and not perish? Cornir sent you? That is joyous news. Your coming is a trump of victory to us.
Will you lend me your ear?
Alright, so we are done with Book 6, ready to start Book 7, and start doing some quests here in this encampment. But I will do that in the next episode, so thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe as we continue venturing here in Angmar, and I'll see you next time.